the BLISS Business Podcast, the show about empathy, connection, and consciousness in business. Today's episode is brought to you by Zero Company, your paid search, social media, and programmatic ad experts.
Welcome back to the BLISS Business Podcast. Today we're talking about design thinking, and we're going to reframe it as a leadership tool, not just a product tool. Most people think design thinking is for products, user interfaces, or innovation workshops. It is, but it is also one of the best leadership principles for building bliss in a business. Why? Because design thinking starts with empathy. And empathy is the foundation of every healthy, high-performing organization. If we do not understand what customers are experiencing, we design the wrong offer, right? If we do not understand what teams are experiencing, we design the wrong culture, the wrong operating model, and the wrong expectations. This is where leaders often miss. They try to solve execution problems with pressure when the real issue is design. They try to solve accountability problems with control when the real issue is unclear ownership. They try to solve performance problems with urgency when the real issue is emotional friction. Design thinking helps leaders slow down just enough to design the right system. Here's a simple leadership version of design thinking. Step 1, empathy. What is the real experience of the people in this system or in this company? You want to ask things like, where are we getting stuck? What is harder than it should be? What feels unclear for people? And what are we pretending is working that is not working? Metrics tell what happened. Empathy explains why it happened. Step 2, define the right problem. Many organizations solve the wrong problem because they define it too quickly. For example, people need to be more accountable might actually mean decision rights are unclear. Priorities are conflicting. The team is overcommitted. People are afraid to surface bad news. Or the process is just simply broken. If we define the wrong problem, every solution creates more frustration. This is where force field analysis really helps. It identifies the driving forces and hindering forces within an organization or around the outcome that we want to achieve. It moves the conversation away from blame and towards systems truth. Now, step 3, ideate options. Instead of jumping to one solution, we explore multiple design moves. What are 3 ways to reduce friction? Could be a good question to ask yourself. What would a lighter version look like? What can we test in 2 weeks instead of debating for the next 2 months? This lowers defensiveness and increases ownership. Step 4, test and learn. We test a design move, observe the results, learn, and iterate. Bliss grows when organizations learn without shame. This is also where OKRs support design thinking. Once the right problem is defined and a design move is chosen, OKRs create focus and measurement. For example, an objective might be improve cross-functional execution. Key results: reduce project delays by 30%, clarify decision rights for all top priorities, and increase team clarity score from a 6 to an 8. Now we have empathy and accountability together. Bliss is not just people feeling good. Bliss is people feeling understood, focused, and empowered. Design thinking creates that because it changes how leadership works. We stop imposing answers and we start designing environments. We stop reacting to symptoms and we start solving the root causes of problems. So here's a tangible move for this week. Take one recurring problem and run a 30-minute design thinking leadership sprint. Use these 4 questions. What is the real experience people are having? What is the actual problem, not the symptom? What are the 3 possible design moves? And what is one small test we can run this week? Do not overcomplicate it. Just practice leading this way. When leadership becomes a design discipline, BLISS moves from concept into behavior. When behavior changes, culture changes. When culture changes, performance becomes sustainable. Thank you for listening to the BLISS Business Podcast. Next week, we're going to talk about rules of engagement and how they quietly determine whether BLISS grows or collapses in everyday moments. Until then, stay blissful.